In the Gilded Age of Hollywood, where dreams shone as brightly as spotlights, some stars grappled with a hidden enemy, the bottle. Today, we're going to peek behind the velvet curtain and explore a darkness that touched even the brightest stars, the struggle with alcoholism. Picture this: a man with a voice that could melt glaciers and a gaze that could ignite a city block. That was Richard Burton, the Welsh titan of stage and screen who captivated audiences with his raw talent and tempestuous spirit. But behind those piercing blue eyes and Shakespearean swagger, there was a darkness that whispered through every bottle of vodka he drained. Burton's love affair with the bottle started early. He claimed to have been drinking heavily by the age of 12, finding solace in the liquid courage that masked his insecurities and fueled his ambition. And he wasn't kidding about the quantity. According to his own accounts, he could knock back 3 or 4 bottles of vodka or whiskey a day, a testament to his notorious tolerance. The sets of Hollywood epics like Cleopatra became notorious for Burton's antics. He and Elizabeth Taylor, his tempestuous lover and 2-time wife, would often delay filming due to their drinking, leading to clashes with directors and studio heads. But even when he was stumbling over lines or feuding with co-stars, there was a magnetism to his presence that couldn't be denied. Richard Burton died at the age of 58, his body ravaged by years of alcohol abuse. But his legacy lives on, a testament to the power of both his talent and his demons. He was a man who burned with a fierce intensity, captivating the world with his brilliance and his flaws. And even in the depths of his struggles, he left behind a treasure trove of performances that continue to mesmerize and inspire. The story of Judy Garland isn't just a Hollywood fairy tale gone wrong. It's a stark reminder of the destructive power of an industry that often prioritizes profit over people. Judy was just 13 when she signed with MGM, a wide-eyed girl with a voice like liquid gold. But the studio execs saw her as a commodity, not a child. They kept her on a grueling schedule, feeding her amphetamines to keep her awake and barbiturates to put her to sleep. It was a toxic cocktail that would haunt her for the rest of her life. By the time she was 20, Judy was already struggling with addiction and depression. She'd been married and divorced twice, and her relationship with MGM had become strained. They criticized her weight, her looks, her reliability. The pressure was relentless, and Judy sought solace in the only way she knew how, through pills and alcohol. But even in the midst of her struggles, Judy's talent never wavered. On stage, she was electric. Her voice could soar to the rafters and break your heart in a single note. Audiences adored her, and she gave everything she had to every performance. Tragically, Judy's demons eventually caught up with her. She died of an accidental overdose at the age of 47, leaving behind a legacy of both brilliance and heartbreak. The amber liquid wasn't just a prop in Dean's hand, it was a fixture in his life, both on and off screen. While there's no official diagnosis of alcoholism, accounts from friends and colleagues paint a portrait of a man wrestling with his relationship with booze. He was known to frequent bars like Villa Capri and Googie's, often indulging in late-night drinking sessions that sometimes spilled into rehearsals and filming. Yet, Dean wasn't the stereotypical Hollywood drunk, stumbling around and slurring his words. His drinking was often solitary and introspective, a way to grapple with his inner turmoil. His close friend, actor Martin Landau, recalled Dean's habit of drinking alone in his trailer, seeking a release from the pressures of fame and the weight of his own emotional baggage. Even on set, Dean's drinking could be unpredictable. During the filming of Giant, he was often late or absent due to his drinking, and director George Stevens reportedly had to reshoot scenes multiple times because Dean was visibly intoxicated. In one infamous incident, Dean insisted on filming a drunken scene while actually inebriated, leading to a slurred and incoherent performance that was ultimately cut from the film. Despite the chaos, Dean's raw talent shone through. His ability to channel his personal struggles into his characters created a magnetic authenticity that captivated audiences. But as his star rose, so did his demons. The line between Dean and his troubled characters blurred, and the bourbon became a crutch he leaned on more and more, both to fuel his performances and to numb his pain. Born in Connemara, Ireland in 1932, Peter O'Toole burst onto the stage and screen with a charisma that could light up a city. His piercing blue eyes, devilish grin, and booming voice captivated audiences around the world. But behind the swagger and charm, O'Toole faced a formidable foe: alcoholism. O'Toole's drinking was legendary, as were the stories of his antics. However, the reality was far from glamorous. He missed performances, strained relationships, and jeopardized his health. In 1975, he underwent surgery to remove most of his pancreas and a portion of his stomach due to alcohol-related issues. In the late 1970s, O'Toole reached a turning point. Determined to reclaim his life, he sought treatment and embraced sobriety. It was a difficult journey, but he faced it with the same grit and determination that he brought to his acting roles. O'Toole's comeback was nothing short of remarkable. He returned to the stage and screen with renewed vigor, delivering some of his most memorable performances, including his Oscar-nominated turns in My Favorite Year and Venus. He also became an outspoken advocate for addiction recovery, inspiring countless others to seek help. Peter O'Toole passed away in 2013, leaving behind a legacy that extends far beyond his iconic roles. He showed us that even the most formidable demons can be conquered, and that true strength lies in vulnerability and resilience. His story is a testament to the power of second chances and the unwavering spirit of the human heart. Yeah, Andy Hardy, remember that wholesome kid with the twinkle in his eye? That was Mickey Rooney, just 14 years old when he started playing that role, and already a Hollywood veteran by then. He'd been performing since he was a toddler, you know? Vaudeville stages, silent films, the whole shebang. But it was Andy Hardy that catapulted him to superstardom. But here's the thing. Behind those cheerful sing-alongs and family-friendly antics, Mickey was wrestling with demons. He later admitted to starting drinking at just 12 years old, handed a whiskey bottle by a studio employee to calm his nerves. See, back then, Hollywood didn't exactly have child labor laws or therapy sessions. It was all about keeping the cameras rolling, no matter the cost. So the booze became Mickey's way of coping, with the pressure, the loneliness, the lost childhood. It was a crutch that quickly turned into a full-blown addiction. His marriages, and there were a lot of them, fell apart. His finances went haywire, and the roles that once came easy started drying up. But here's the thing about Mickey. He was a fighter. He hit rock bottom, sure, but he didn't stay there. He found his way to rehab, got sober, and started rebuilding his life. He even went before Congress to testify about the mistreatment of child actors, advocating for reforms to protect future generations. So there you have it, a glimpse into the hidden shadows behind the silver screen. 5 legends, 5 battles, 5 testaments to the human spirit's fight for light. Remember, these stories aren't just about Hollywood. They're about the shadows we all face, the struggles we navigate, the hope that keeps us going. If you found any flicker of understanding or empathy in these tales, I invite you to stay with us. Share your thoughts, let the conversation flow, and join us as we explore more stories of strength, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit. Until next time, subscribe, share, and remember, even the faintest light can guide us home.